Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 76 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now Wilson. Here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
It's caught. Lockett. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This is Williams. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Frank, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon. Now a play fake here on first down. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw. Frank. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing on first down. Frank, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here we go now.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Frank, it's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jermaine Kurz. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you were going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. This is taking you to 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get it.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Wilson under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Eric Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to slither by. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Operating from the gun, Frank. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And that three-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So we've come upon halftime. So no update from Larry. After 17 weeks, folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, that's Williams. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. his own 6-yard line. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Williams will try again. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Looking to throw. Frank. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. That's going to be a loss of 18. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
Let's go!
To throw on 2nd down. Frank, quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the gun, Frank in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Bobby Wagner in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Back to throw. Frank, and incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The offense on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Operating from the gun. Frank is going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second down following the run.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here's Wilson. Well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 38 yards. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
It's good, and the lead moves now to 2. It's 17-15. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Jack, Patriot!
From the gun, Frank. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. And now a first down following that long gain. Operating from the gun. Frank throwing the slant pattern here complete. And oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard right at the 45. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Frank, wide open receiver complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, Frank. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now Williams. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 28. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And Barth puts it through. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Devontae Freeman, 1 yard away from the century mark. He's at 99 thus far. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They try to take a shot there on second down, and that leaves him because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
And incomplete here on 3rd down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing